I believe today is our first class meeting as we move on to your four-year venture to graduation. And so this morning, as you can tell, we have a nice program set up for you. Over the past 5 years, I've been here at Western, and we've worked really hard to build a really strong instructional program throughout the building for all of you. And this is our largest freshman class that we can remember for many years. So we thank you for selecting Western High School to come for your four-year education as you start to work and think about your dreams and which college you're going to attend. And as we move on this morning, I do want to say a few things before we move into the program. That I cannot be more excited about a year as I am this year. As I walk in the classrooms, I see the teachers, I see you guys, you're fully engaged, the teachers are working, and I see nothing but great things from this class in 2016. The previous classes have set the foundation for you guys. But you're going to be the class that pushes them over the map. It's each and every day you come to school that you have to strive to do better than you did the day before. Everything you do today, tomorrow, the next day, and every day after will determine your future. The harder you work now, the more doors you're going to open for yourself when you graduate from college. What you see today is a group that has come together to help Western High School. Their generosity as a group is going to make sure that when you graduate from high school, that you have an opportunity to go to college. And I'm not going to go into it right now. I'm going to leave that for the guest speakers. But you have to remember, everything you do from this point on is going to determine how many doors are open for you. The more doors that are open for you in your future, the more money you're going to make. And I know everybody in here loves money. So remember this throughout your entire 4 years. And you're going to hear me preach this every time we come together. You have to come to school every day. You have to do your schoolwork. You have to do your homework. You have to pay attention in class. You have to be prepared for your test. And you have to be prepared for college. And that's what we work on every day as a staff. And that is my job, to make sure that the staff is prepared to teach you, to make sure that when you take that ACT, that you are very successful so that you can attend college. And if you have resources, financial resources backing you, there is no excuse why you cannot be very successful in today's world. And that is why we are here today. We want to make sure that all 267 of you go to college and graduate and are in this world prepared to contribute to our global society. Now, this next man I want to introduce to you is already highly visible in the community. He's been in Western a few times. He's part of a group that has given lots of money. Their generosity is, you do not understand the amount of money that they have given to Western High School through the college of JCTC for your future. So please help me introduce our guest speaker today, Mr. Stuart Alexander, the president of the Rotary Club in Louisville, Kentucky.
This is what you have to do to cash in on the Rotary Promise. First of all, 2.5 grade point average after your senior year. That's A's, B's, and C's. Your teachers, your counselors, your administrators at this school will guide you and keep you on track for that. 90% attendance. So if you're going to be absent from school, make sure it's an excused absence. 90% attendance over 4 years. That's the second criteria. The third slide, please. That will be a function of having a good disciplinary record and staying out of trouble. And you all know what that means. If you do your part in the Rotary Promise, As you're sitting here today, you have a 2-year college scholarship in your pocket. And don't check your pocket, it's there. Trust me on this. We have put together $1 million in funding with various sources. We've got some incredibly generous donors. We have incredibly generous companies. We have JCTC, Jefferson Community Technical College, as a partner, and we've rolled up $1 million, and it's sitting there waiting for you to cash it in. That's the promise. It's not something to happen in the future, it's there right now. And what we want you all to do is do your part and help us spend that money on your college education. You don't have to do this by yourself. You've got one of the best faculties in Jefferson County. You've got some of the most innovative and challenging administrators in Jefferson County. You've got the eye of the Jefferson County public school system. The community is watching you and supporting you and will be with you every step of the way, as will the Rotary Club of Louisville. No other freshman in the county, not private schools, not public schools, nobody has what you have today, and that is a 2-year scholarship in your pocket. This model that we develop with you and with your school, we will use in other schools. We will take that to the next school and the next school until we can extend that promise to a significant number of young people in Jefferson County. Here's how you can help. 2.5 grade point average, 90% attendance, good behavior. That's doing your part. But how else can you do it? Be a leader in your school. Those of you who are in sports, be a leader on those sports teams. Those of you who are in extracurricular activities, be a leader. Develop those leadership skills. You don't have to do it by yourself. We'll help you with that, we promise. Participate in this program. Participate in the Interact Club. Join the Interact Club once we get it set up. And encourage and help your fellow classmates. Help each other. That's what community is all about. That's what we need in this community more than ever at this point in our history. So, with that introduction, that's our Rotary Promise Scholarship. That's our promise to you. And I'd like to introduce one of the people who is going to see that that gets done, and that's your Vice Principal, Narika Duncan.
Good morning to all my wonderful freshman students. I am so excited about this opportunity that you all have. No freshman class before you has ever had this opportunity. I want to stress to you that this is not something that is for a small group of you. This is for each and every student that I'm laying eyes on right now. Each and every one of you already has this scholarship, and that's the most powerful thing that we have to say to you this morning. The hardest part of a college education for most people is finding out how to pay for it. I myself knew at your age that I wanted to go to college. I knew that I wanted to major in education. The one thing I didn't know was how I was going to pay for it, because I came from a single parent home and I knew what that meant as far as my mother having to pay for my education. However, this is a concern that nobody in this room has to worry about anymore, because your college education is already paid for, and that's the most important thing I want you to understand. Now, we are going to encourage you. We have lots of incentives built in for this school year to make sure that we're reminding you of this Rotary Promise Scholarship. These ladies are holding up the Rotary Promise Scholarship banner. This is a banner that each and every one of you, they're gonna hold it up, each and every one of you is gonna have the opportunity to sign in the cafeteria. This banner represents this promise that the Rotarians have made to each and every one of you freshman students, that you have the opportunity to go to college for free. You're going to sign this banner, and when you sign this with that Sharpie in the cafeteria, that's saying that you're going to do your part to make sure that you maintain this scholarship all the way through. So I want you to understand that this banner represents the promise that we're all making to you and that you're going to make to yourself so that you can be successful when you graduate in 2016. And with that, I am now going to introduce our next speaker, which is Dr. Tony Newberry, President of Jefferson Community and Technical College.
Wow, thank you, Ms. Duncan. Boy, it's great to look out across this audience and see the largest freshman class in Western High School for many, many years, the class of 2016. You know, just a few weeks ago, on August the 13th, we started classes at Jefferson Community and Technical College. And that day we welcomed many, many new college freshmen, folks who are just beginning their college journey. Now in 4 years' time, when we start classes in the fall of 2016, we will look forward to welcoming you, each of you, the Western High School class of 2016, our first class of Louisville Rotary Promise Scholars. But you know, unlike those students a couple of weeks ago who stood in long lines to pay tuition, each of you will attend on a scholarship. And that's thanks to the commitment of the Rotary Club of Louisville and very generous donors, and to what we expect will be your own hard work and dedication. Now, I know, we all know that college may seem a long way off to you at this point. But you know, in today's world, it's never too early to start thinking about it, even as you begin your freshman year in high school. Now, you have two advantages over other high school freshmen right now. You know that as of today, you are going to college. Your parents expect it, your teachers expect it, Principal Mike, Mr. Alexander, Ms. Duncan expect it, I expect it, and you should expect it too, because you also know exactly what you have to do to get there. Study hard, come to school, and meet these criteria, follow those rules. For those who do choose Jefferson, we look forward to seeing you on campus in just 4 short years. We know that your expectations are high, our expectations are high for you, and we know that each of you is up to the challenge. So congratulations, class of 2016. Now, I want to introduce you to someone who is very important and very special at Jefferson Community and Technical College. He's an individual that you'll be seeing a lot this year and in future years. It's Mr. Carlos Yates, the college's Senior Admissions Advisor. Mr. Yates.
Congratulations, class of 2016. This is a huge accomplishment to you all, and there's many people in Jefferson Community and Technical College who want to see you on our campus in 4 years, but there's many people in Jefferson Public Schools right now who are jealous of you. Why? Because you have college paid for in 4 years, and that's huge. Do you understand how huge that is for you, your family, your future spouses, your kids to come? You're changing your family tree by having the opportunity to come to college for free, and we commend you and congratulate you today. Okay, so it's one of those things. It's about being in the right place at the right time to receive a blessing, and the blessing is coming to you in the form of higher education for free. Do you know what that means? Higher education for free, that means that you're able to come to Jefferson Community Technical College for 2 years and tuition is paid for. You don't have to worry about that. As a first-generation college student myself, I wish someone would have walked into my school and told me my freshman year that you don't have to worry about someone paying for your tuition. All you have to do is focus on having a 2.5 GPA, behaving, and attending school for 90%, which is something that you should be doing anyway, right? So, you know, I talk to students all the time. And being a senior admission advisor, I'm always out in the high schools. I'm always doing one-on-one appointments with individuals who are interested in coming to Jefferson. I talk to community. I always go to the churches as well. And the top 3 things that I always hear when I talk to students are, you know, am I prepared for college? That's one of the fears. Am I prepared? Then they talk about, can I afford it? And then where should I go? And we've kind of eliminated those 3 things for you, right? Are you prepared? Early college. It's right here at Western High School. So your junior and senior year, you could take college classes while you're here to get yourself prepared to come to Jefferson. So you already know what it means to be in a college environment, to do college level work, so you're prepared. Can you afford it? Well, we've already answered that question, right? The Promise Scholarship is going to take care of that for you. And the students that I find to be most successful are those who are dedicated and who are persistent, okay? With dedication, it means they're the ones going to the advisors and they're asking those questions. They're not giving up. They have a mindset that regardless of what takes place in my life, I'm going to finish, okay? Regardless of what happens, what situations I may occur, I'm going to finish until the end. You know, take out of your vocabulary if I graduate and start saying when I graduate. Start seeing yourself walking across the stage in 4 years. Start seeing yourself graduating from Jefferson in 2 years and then transferring on maybe to a 4-year institution or going into the work field. And when you start doing that, you start speaking it into existence. And then when you start counting down those years and start counting down those months and start counting down those days, what you will realize is that degree is more attainable than what you may have thought it was, because it gets closer and closer as those days go by, okay? So right now is the time for you to start thinking about those opportunities. But in closing, I wanted to leave with you a few pages from one of my favorite childhood books, and it says, "Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go. Oh, the places you'll go," by Dr. Seuss. Class of 2016, now is your time to let your promise shine. Congratulations.